Yo, welcome back to the third map review. Sewer Treatment Plant is what we're going to be reviewing today. This is probably the ugliest map and one of the worst maps in the game. But hopefully, watching this video will teach you a little bit about it, and I'm going to be telling you a secret in the middle of the video, so shh, don't tell anybody. Anyway, we're not going to waste any time. Let's jump right into it. Yaw, yeet, dab. Here we go. Okay, as we do all the time, we're going to go over some generic things that are bad about this map. Number one being the visuals. Now, I know a lot of people absolutely despise the visuals of this map, and I wouldn't blame them, because everything is just gray and disgusting and ugly looking. And there's no colors around the entire map, and the colors that are present are just dark and gloomy. Now, you might be saying, "Noob, that's exactly how sewers should look and will look," and I am inclined to agree with you there. But I think there should be at least some, bright colors or some differences between every single room. Like the same wall color for every room should not be a thing, It's just kind of ugly. And this is coming from a person who doesn't understand designing at all. And I'm sure a lot of other people think the exact same thing as me. I think that is one of the main reasons that casual players don't actually want to play it, is because of the decoration. Number two, it's super survivor-sided. There's so many vents and so many windows that you have to jump through that just make it insanely survivor-sided in so many ways. This is like the same with every single map in the game, but I have to reiterate it again because I think that some people just don't understand why people don't play certain maps. And third, the layout is just absolutely terrible, which is why I'm announcing now that I'm going to be doing some fixes to sewers. You heard that right. There's a link in the description to my sewer fixes that I have created, because this map is absolutely terrible, and I felt like it needed some changes. And it felt fitting to change it on Halloween. So I decided, you know what? Let's try and fix one of the worst maps in the game, and I think I did a pretty good job. So if you guys want, you can click the link down in the description for the sewer changes and look at what your boy did to the map. All right, now that we talked about the things that are wrong with the map, let's talk about them more individually and get to the real shit. Oh yeah. Okay, we can start with this computer here in server. First of all, this vent is like extremely abusable because there's this thing here, this server here, and these boxes. So the beast will always have to run around them to hit you. The vent is also extremely thin, which I guess is good because it makes it easier to hit people with. It does look like really ugly though. Like, why is it sticking out of the wall? But yeah, this vent is like really weird. It's like in a corner that like you can only get stuck here pretty much. Because like why else would you ever use this vent? Because if you're gonna go like this way, you just walk through here. Now, unless the only way I see it being used is if you're getting chased and the beast is gonna have runners soon. So you just decide, you know what, here I'm just gonna sit here. But like I don't know. This vent is just really weird. It doesn't do much. Maybe if you moved it to like, I don't know. You should definitely move it somewhere where it's like where it's more useful and not as abusable. That's what I think. I kind of actually like the PC itself. Like this room structure is pretty good. Like they're gonna come from here and then they're gonna be at the door, and you're gonna have barely enough time to get to here. I'd like this more if this was a window, actually, because then you could actually kill people here. Otherwise, you're never going to kill somebody here. That's for sure. This tube also is very bad because this vent is extremely abusable. Yeah, it's just a free save. Even if they camp like right on the vent, you could still just come from the door, and there's nothing they can do because they have to go all the way around here to get to office. So this tube is very, very trash where it is right now. This is like insanely abusable. Wait, yeah, how do you kill people here? This is impossible to kill people at, actually. Where do you stand? I think the shortest distance is this office doorway and that server door. But like, you just make them come into server. Then you wait till they run away and you go back. I just realized that this vent it's a free win for the survivors, bro. Wow. Cool trick. This is unhittable. So that's pretty cool. Honestly, you might just want to move like this entire area, the server, this little room, and the office into a completely separate area. I really want to keep this little room though because it's a good connector between the office and the server. Also, W window climb. But yeah, you definitely can't just like change this room and make it be okay because everything else around it is just like it doesn't fit the room very well in terms of gameplay. So I would just completely like change where the room is, to be honest. Also, this area. Why are these not wall hoppable, bro? Like, just make them wall hoppable. It'd be so much more fun if you just made them wall hoppable. You know, like this whole area is like kind of useless. Also, you can go on top of this one, but you can't go on top of that one. What logical sense does that make? It makes none. At least put boxes there or something. Anyway, it makes no sense. Also, there's a magical barrier. Last thing for this server room. This PC is not by any other PCs except for this one. And this, I think, this could actually be a good double if you change some of the stuff. Which again is why another reason I don't think the vent is very good, because why is the survivor ever going to go there if you're camping the two PCs that are the only PC that fits well with server? So I think this could definitely be a good double if this garbage is cleaned up. Like, this is really weird. This whole area is really weird. Just like 55 boxes with the wooden plank above it looks kind of weird. And then also making this not a free escape, because they're gonna camp like there, and you just always run to the door and there's nothing they can really do about it. Like, if they chase you to the door, you shut the door, come back here, and if they come through here, you just wait at the door and go back. You could even shut the door actually and then just do this trick actually. But like, if the other rooms around it were better, I think this PC would be just fine like where it is. All right, this is office. First thing you should know, W trick right here. You could double jump up to this vent. Also, I'm pretty sure you could get inside the wall somehow, which is very much not ideal to the gameplay. Like, this is anyway. Since I think we should move server and these two rooms, I think you should put a PC in here. Maybe make this room a little bit bigger. Like, make it on the whole backside or something. And move server over there. Then you could put a PC like here. I think that'd be pretty cool. This tube also, I don't really like this tube. It's super easy to camp though. Like, you shut this door, you shut that door, and you wait for people to come through this door. I also think that you shouldn't make this see-throughable if you're going to keep it like this. But obviously I don't think you should keep it as it is, because you can just stand here and you camp the survivors. This vent is useless because you just stand right next to it. But the tube's not good in itself anyway, because there's no computers around this entire area. The closest one is a PC that spawns here. But there's two doors. So like, you just shut this door and hack the computer and then go to the vent if they ever come in the room. And then the other close one is server, but server is like so far away that it's not really a useful tube. It's definitely good to have a tube in this room though, because it would be between multiple computers. I just don't think right here is the best way to put it, especially if they made the barriers on top of the office thing smaller so you could jump over them. I think that would be way better as well. That would allow for more saving opportunities and also some trolling opportunities, which is a W in both senses. Since I was just talking about this room, I will continue. This computer is probably one of my favorite computers in this map. Actually, it might be my favorite computer in this map because it is very dangerous to hack. They can come from... Actually, they can't come from here. I think they should be able to come from this hole right here. I think it'd be a lot better because then you could come from this way as well as the other direction. Anyway, they can either come from this way, which is pretty terrifying. I mean, but you could see pretty fast, like the light would pop up. Here, I'll demonstrate. As you could see, it was pretty easy to see when he was coming, so I would just automatically run over here to the safe route. But you can come from other directions, such as this door over here, which if it's closed, I think it's free escape, and if it's open, it's kind of scary because like you can only go this way right now. So I think it's just death. And same with the window. If you come from the window and they're hacking the computer, you're just dead because there's nowhere to run. So I think they should definitely make more escape routes here for casual players, because otherwise you just die every time. Pretty sure competitive players just die here every time as well. Unless they have ESP, but we don't talk about that. Also, yes, you can climb these railings if you didn't know. I don't know how I feel about that. I think it'd be cooler if you couldn't climb them and then you make them higher up, so you have to jump to get onto them. I think you have to jump to get onto them anyway, if you just make them not climbable. But yeah, this area is definitely pretty good, you know? I would just make the areas around it better, and I think this area would be fine just leaving it how it is. Also, speaking of this little vent area, wabam, I'm out of the map. Insane. You could do that anywhere within the vent, by the way. Literally the entire vent you can dance clip through. Maybe you should fix that. Insane. That's crazy, man. Wait, can I glitch this? Oh my god. What? Yo. This room is kind of meh. Like, I think you should maybe move the tube over here so you can get on top of the tube and then get in there. I think that'd be better. Did you guys know you can get on top of this tube? Insane. Also, this tube is really bad. Like, look at this. There's five different directions you can come from, so you can't even camp it. I guess that's fine. I think the tube is like fine by itself because like there's multiple different places you can save from. You could also camp it pretty easily if you just stand in one certain spot. But the problem is it's not next to any computers again, like not next to any doubles. The closest one is probably the bathroom and this one, which is not a double at all. It might be if the vent connected to the bathroom somehow, but yeah, this tube kind of sucks because if you have this PC, you're trying to camp this, they come from that way, and if you have bathroom, they come from the other way, you know? So it's like, what is the point of using this tube? I would much rather use the tube in the bathroom if I had bathroom PC. There's a tube that spawns here, by the way. So this room definitely needs to be fixed in that aspect, that the tube is garbage. I like the room by itself, but the tube is kind of bad where it is right now. So I just move the room again. Also, cool little double jump right here that you can't do if you're bad like me. Whoop-bam! Look at this W window climb that I found, by the way. Insane. Now we can talk about bathrooms, because yay, there's a PC that spawns here, usually, if you didn't know, which is like not a double with pretty much anything, actually. There's also a tube here, like I said before, that spawns here. This tube's actually fine for this room, I'd say, but you still have to change where this room is and the PCs around it in order to make it good. You would have to do that. Also, why are there barriers here? You could definitely hit somebody here. Again, I think it'd be better if like these didn't have barriers so you can jump over them. I think it would be more fun for the game if you made it like that. So these holes lead into the hallway that is absolutely nothing. Just like kind of cringe. I think this would be a really good spot for an exit, personally, because otherwise there's not really a reason to come back here ever. And if you do, the survivor's just going to loop you because there's two windows, which neither of them are climbable, I think. I don't think this is climbable with runner. unless you can fly. So I would definitely make one of these windows climbable from either direction. Maybe make it this one, actually, because then it's not a free escape from this computer. Actually, yeah, I like that idea. Move this garbage bag to like here, and then, well, bam, you got a climbable window. Why you got barriers on the cabinets for, bro? Just take them off. There's no reason to have them on there. Like, nobody's even gonna come back here anyway, and if they do, they're just gonna die anyway. So why do you got barriers over here? It's just extra parts for the map to load in. Doesn't make any sense. Also, if you don't know about this double, it's about the only thing that can save sewers. There's a PC that spawns right here, and then a PC right there, obviously. Right now, I think it's way too OP, actually. But because none of the other computers in sewers are hackable without surviving freely, I think this is the saving grace of sewers. And I think these two PCs should stay exactly like they are, and then put an escape route over there. That is what I think should happen. Maybe move this a couple studs in either direction. I would have to test and look at it myself to figure that out, but I definitely think these computers are a W double. It would make it better if there was a tube that is next to it. I don't actually know where the closest tube is. Maybe it's bathroom, actually, or middle, I think, would be the two closest ones. But they both suck, so yeah, that's what makes this double not very great. As for the rooms themselves, I think this space over here is going to be underutilized a lot. Same with back here. No one is ever going to go back there and do anything, which I think is fine. You just need like visualization for the people who care about that stuff, which I guess is fine. But for gameplay, nobody's ever going to use it unless you're trolling. But then again, that's why you should delete the barriers so that you could troll easier and not 100% die. So there's a really long window climb here that I don't think anyone will ever use ever. But yeah, it's a W window climb. I think if you should extend this up so that you could climb on it, and then you could climb on this thing up to here. I think right now you could flick onto it, but it's like extremely precise, and I am not that good at the game, so I can't do it. Maybe Raiden could do it, but I doubt it. And then we gotta talk about this vent, and the most insane vent. No, I'm just kidding. This vent is fine, actually. I think you should move it a couple more studs, and then maybe delete the boxes or delete this box. You know, make it easier to not abuse, because right now there's just too many obstacles in the way, man. You have to know how to jump runner to kill people, and that's just not how casual players play. So I think you should definitely fix this vent. Also, this whole area can be patrolled from 2 hallways. The only way to get into these rooms is from this vent or from that vent over there, which I think is very bad for the map. You just stand right here and you'll know exactly when somebody enters either area, which I think is just stupid. But this is, again, like the only reason people would ever play sewers is because of these 2 computers and this dumb hallway thing right here, because it's the only way you can win this beast. I'm talking strictly competitive players, by the way. Casual players, I'm sure, maybe enjoy this map a little bit more. But yeah, again, this is another reason why I think this whole map needs a reworking of the layout, because this is very bad, in my opinion, for gameplay. I mean, I guess I could talk about middle now, but it's not actually middle, you know? This is like more like the top middle of the map, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, first I'd change this exit to back where the bathrooms are. I think it'd just be better. I do like how it looks right now, but I think it would be better suited back there. And then I'd put maybe a tube right here, actually. I think that would be better, as opposed to where it is right now. I think a tube spawns there a computer spawns there. A tube spawns there. So I'd definitely move the tube over there if I move the exit over there. Also, this PC is just like absolutely trash because nothing is next to it at all. You can't camp it at all either because you have to double jump both directions, and there's very easy escapes in both directions, so this PC is absolutely garbage, as most PCs are in middle rooms, except for Facility 0. Also, these are like really hard to climb. You can only climb them if you're going at a certain angle, which is just like stupid for casual players. I think you should definitely fix that, because this is just annoying. Also, these railings aren't climbable. I would probably just make them climbable, because like, what's the point of having a climbable shelf and then not having a climbable railing? You know, you could just leave it like this and make these not climbable, and then put an obstacle like this box to go up if you really want to. But I think it's just better to make it climbable, since this room is already trash by itself. Cool trick here, you can wall hop up the stairs onto here on both sides of the wooden platform, or wooden stone platform, so you could do this cool little wraparound thing. It's not really useful, but it's kind of cool. I think it'd be very cool if you move these boxes a little bit closer to this window, so you could use runner and then get into this window. Just me, personal things, you know. Other than that, you'd have to like restructure this room immensely for it to fit. Like, again, I think you just, I would move this into the middle of the map, because it's a good transition room, you know, kind of like the middle in Facility 0, where you just go to like get to other rooms faster. I think this could be a very good one of those if you changed it the correct way. And then also, I would either remove the PC entirely or make other PCs closer to middle PC, because it's kind of doo-doo. So what the frick is this room, bro? Like, there's 2 doors and a tube, and the tube is not next to anything. It doesn't make any sense. This is the easiest campable tube in the entire map. You just stand here. Well, bam. Easiest win of your life. Also, it's not next to anything, so competitive players are going to hate this. Casual players are going to hate this. It's bad, you know? It's just bad. Also, you can't even climb the table. Like, why? Why? You can climb it using the chairs, though. W chair. All right, now that we've done middle, let's talk about these terrible 3 little rooms right here that I do not know what they're called. I'm going to call this one fan. And, yeah. Number 1, this vent is like kind of doo-doo. So imagine you're getting chased from this direction. You go in this vent. Correct. Then you would go to this window. Correct. They would be following you to the door. That is shut, because you shut it. Then you would walk to this window, which I know is climbable from this side, but still. Then you would go to this vent, and then you would go to this vent. And you know, it's just like an endless cycle of vents, man. Like, I don't understand how this could possibly be a thing. Also, this vent is like ugly. Why is it sticking out of the wall? Anyway, from that direction, it doesn't make much sense to have a vent there. Also, let's go from this direction. Say you're getting chased from here. Again, they have to open the door, so you're just gonna run this way. La 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 la, and then another vent. Let's go back. Oh, look, I'm in the same room I was in before. Oh, look, let's just keep looping. Okay, 2 vents, shabam. So, right here, I don't think this vent is a very good addition to the map, especially with how the other rooms are structured at this moment. Then, if you take out the vent, that's pretty much the only use for this room at all, because this door is just a less superior version of this door. So that room is like completely useless. So I definitely change that room. Either put a tube in it or make it so that this vent is not terrible. You know, just like do something to the room. This room, as it is right now, this tube is actually, it's pretty good. It's actually a pretty good tube. I like it. Problem is, again, it's not really next to a double. The fan... There's a PC that spawns right there. The fan is not very... There's no PCs that are really close to the fan PC. I do like this PC and this tube, but I don't like where it is positioned on the map. I would much rather have it somewhere else. Like, I would much rather have this connect to bathrooms, maybe. I think that'd be a cool double. As it is right now, it's not that bad, actually. I kind of like it, except for the location of the rooms. W window climb By the way, again, I don't really know when you're going to use it, except for if you're getting chased, if you're chasing people through this vent and going through this door. I suppose the thought process was that you could stand, if you stand here, then they can save, and you have to jump. And then if you stand like here, then you could use runner to kill the people at the vent. I don't know what the thought process was when making it, but yeah, W window climb from fan into the gross, disgusting dirt room. That's what I'm going to call this room. Because look at this disgusting dirt looking stuff. You can window climb from both sides actually. W window. W window. But this box is clipping into the window, not very W. Also, you could just do it from here, so I don't know what the point of this box is, but, you know, it is what it is, man. You know, you could wall hop around this entire room. It's actually a pretty dope trick, man. Why is there barrier there? I hate this game. Also, I want to see some W tricks. First of all, double jump and flick and wall hop to get up here. You could also do that from over here. I'm pretty sure you can only do it, let's see. Oh no, you can do it from anywhere on this fence. You could double jump and wall hop. Very cool. Again, I like the concept of this computer, of it being up in the air slightly, with doorways and stuff around it to jump into or walk into. Again, I think it would be better placed next to a different room, because the PC doesn't work well with any other PC. It does work very well with this tube, so I would definitely keep this tube somewhere in the vicinity, and then just move all the rooms somewhere else together. Also, for casual players, I might suggest adding a plank or something over here to help them get up faster, or right here maybe, because otherwise the only way that they're going to get up is from the stairs, and then you could just go through this door every time and then easily escape with this stupid vent like it was before. So yeah, this door is a little weird, and I would definitely change something in this room. This is called the ventilation room, actually, not the disgusting dirt room. And there's actually a tube that spawns here. I don't really see the need for two tubes directly next to one computer. I'm trying to see, like, this is kind of close to this one, I guess. But like, I still think it's free, especially with this vent that is semi-abusable if you're a competitive player, not if you're a casual player. And then this door that leads to another door that leads to a vent or another door, you know. I don't think this tube makes a lot of sense to have in here, the way the room is structured. I definitely, again, I can't really say a bunch about what I would do in the current state, because I just think this whole map needs a rework, and every room needs to be changed. So I can't really give my opinion on what you should do for each individual room. But like, as a whole, I definitely move this room, keep the tube in it, of course. I think the tube's actually fine if you remove the door and then make some window and a door here. But I definitely move this room to somewhere else if you're going to use it as a tube, because it's not really a point to have them that close together, you know? Maybe slightly farther apart would be fine. Yo, I'm in your walls.
I'm in your walls.
Yup, that makes a lot of sense. Anyways, again, this is like the same as the other room. What is the other room called? The electrical room. I'm assuming this is just for like transportation purposes. Again, I think this vent is kind of weird where it is. That vent leads to that vent, which that vent is bad by itself. So I don't know how I feel about this vent. Not gonna lie. I think it's just like an escape to get from here to over here, maybe? Or over here? I don't know. But I think it's bad because there's just way too many vents in this map, man. Like, everything is it's just too accessible, I think, for survivors everywhere. Which is, again, why I think people don't like to play it. But yeah, I think the only purpose for this room could possibly be is a room that you just walk towards to get to other places. So I think it should be bigger, and I think the vent should not be the way it is right now. Okay, this room. I think this room could be very W if this vent did not exist. Also, if there was a PC in office. Like this room next to office would be great if there was a double here in some fashion. I like the PC how it is, just like by itself, without this vent. The vent makes it really bad, because if you come from the window, you have to jump. And then they have plenty of time to get to the vent, unless you know how to jump runner, which only competitive players know how to do, which I think makes it bad that it's only for competitive players. But yeah, I think this room is just fine how it is. I'd maybe change it a little bit, move it a little bit away from office. But overall, I think it's a fine room to have. I would also fix the Z clipping and the extra stud of wood here on these bookshelves because they all look like this. Also, on a side note, what books look like a sponge from SpongeBob and lightning from Percy Jackson? I don't understand that very much. Like this one it literally looks like a brick. I don't think books are supposed to be bricks, man. They do weigh your backpack down a lot, but I don't think they're supposed to be little bricks. Also, I think this should be a poster of me, not Mr. Windy. I think I should just like Photoshop my face onto this. I think it would look much better than it does now. All right, we finally reached the sewer portion of sewers. This exit, you could see where they're coming from unless they come specifically from right here. Then you are cooked. Any other direction, you can easily escape the exit. So, I think it's fine to be a little bit dangerous of an exit. I very much like this exit, actually, by itself. The exits are kind of well spaced apart on this map, actually. I'm really sad to say that it actually has a good quality. The exit is very good where it is right now, and I would not change it that much. This hole, I think it'd be very cool if you could get back up through this hole, or if you could fall down through the hole into a window or something. I think that'd be pretty cool. I also think it'd be really cool if this entire map had a second floor. I think because how this is right now, it's just really weird to have an invisible barrier right there, you know? Also, this map kind of lacks anything special about it, and I think having a second floor could possibly help with that a little bit. Also, there is indeed a PC that spawns right here. I very much like this PC that spawns right here. Again, because it's dangerous. There's only one direction to run, which is right here, and you could bait people to run over here. This window kind of makes it blah. Same with this vent, kind of makes it blah. But I would definitely change that so that the vent is not so close. Again, I think you should just change a lot of the rooms. I think the sewer area should stay kind of how it is. Like the basic layout should stay pretty much the same. And then change every other portion of the map to better fit the gameplay. But like for this computer, I think it's fine. I think maybe add a box here so you could double jump up here instead of having to use the ladder every time. Because I'm pretty sure Beast using a ladder is bad for the hammer hitbox or something. And also make sure it's not like death. Because if you're going to come from pretty much anywhere, you have to run over here. So if they come from down here, this door. Also, you could climb up these boxes like that. Or like this. Yeah, so I think it's kind of scary how it is right now. Which is why I kind of like it. But I would change a little bit around it so it's more survivor-sided, I think. Because as of right now, it's kind of scary. Another reason I really like the computer like it is right now is because there's a PC right here. So you could camp both at the same time, which is a W. This is fine because there's a window here, so you can push from the window, and the other one you can push from up top. And I think it's fine. Again, I would add a box there probably to be able to double jump, and then maybe change this room a little bit, maybe make it a bit thicker. Other than that, I think this is fine. I think there's a trick you could do here where you flick over the pipe. I would maybe either make that easier or just completely remove it, or make it a jump. One of the two things. I wouldn't leave it like this because this is only for people like Gateman and Raiden who know how to do stuff like this. Which I think you shouldn't have tricks that are like that. I don't think you should have tricks that are like this is good for like I think this is fine. Like tricks like this are fine if they are not changing the gameplay in any way. Like somebody who's not going to be able to do this is going to have to jump every time. And somebody like Gate Man or Raiden is going to have to do this trick every time. So they're just going to have an obvious advantage when it comes to this double. Which, like, I'm sure they find that fine. But I think as a whole, it's just kind of unfair to have it where this is a part of the gameplay, you know? Like, you should either have to jump or not jump at all. Like, there shouldn't be an in-between. Now, if there was no PC here, and it was just like a traveling trick, I think it'd be fine. Because that's just, like, extra movement that helps, you know? Also, this is, like, significantly easier for mobile players than it is for PC players, which is another reason why it's kind of doo-doo. Anyway, this double is really good. I think it actually might have to be nerfed a little bit. This room makes no sense to me at all, except for being decoration. The two sit directly next to a fence, which is next to a window. I don't like this room at all. I think it would be fine if you move the tube a little bit, like move the tube over here, maybe. But again, like this doesn't lead to anywhere. So like this room being in a corner is just terrible, you know. So I'd probably move this somewhere else. I do like it how there's a tube right next to this double though. That's good. I appreciate that. I don't like there's a vent right next to the tube though, and that this is a dead end. Like this is what I mean for over there. Like maybe move this wooden plank to over there. Way to make that's just a way to make it more fair for everybody playing the game. Also another double. That's not really a double, but it's kind of a double. This and that. And then maybe move the PC here actually. Leave the door how it is. I think that'd be better. Also there's a tube right here, which is a W tube. Again, another reason why I don't think this should be here. I mean, it should be here, but just not, not right here. This room, again, is just, like, absolutely useless for anything except transportation. There's two vents right next to each other, which just screams abuse. Screams abuse. Don't do that unless you are getting abused. But yeah, this is only going to be used for transportation, I assume. And it's kind of doo-doo because there's a window and two vents right next to each other. So this is kind of a useless room how it is right now. I would either change where it is completely or change the way it functions, like move the door, get rid of the vent, replace it with a window, something like that. Alright, as we do every time at the end of the ranking video, we're going to give Sewer a ranking. So here we go. Begin with design. I think the design of the map is probably the worst out of all of the maps. It's super ugly. Every room is the exact same color on the wall, and the rooms that have color are dull and boring, and everything just looks gray and depressing, which I know that's how a sewer should look, but, they should, make the non-sewer part of the map look prettier than the sewer part of the map, and then maybe put in a couple rooms that are pretty, and just not make everything gray and bland, and every hallway the same, It looks really, really ugly, and I'm guessing that throws some people off and makes them not want to play. So I'm going to give the design on this map a 1 out of 10, because I think it's the worst. For layout, again, I think this is one of the worst layouts. There's 2 doubles in the map, and every single tube is terrible where it is in the map. As I said, that is why I kind of wanted to redo the entire layout of the map, because it's so bad that you cannot fix it by just simply moving tubes and PCs around. You have to change the layout. But it is not the worst layout of all the maps that I have seen, so I'm going to give it a 3 out of 10 for layout. For balance, it is not balanced. It is extremely survivor-sided. Like I just said, all of the tubes are completely useless. There are no tubes that you can camp simultaneously while camping double computers. The only way you win on this map is if the team does not know how to play through the facility. I'm just going to put it that way. Although the map does have 2 doubles, so that is going to give it a point, and I'm going to give it a 2 out of 10 for balance. And lastly, gameplay. Unironically, I had lots of fun playing on this map when I did play on it. That might be biased because I've only played Homestead for the last 5 years of my life. I think the gameplay on this map is actually pretty fun once you get to learn the map a little bit. There's lots of areas where you go up and down, and then you have a small area where you have to run back and forth to survive, and you have to be careful in certain areas. And it's always fun to save people, even though the tubes are really survivor-sided. Sometimes it's really fun to try and make the beast get a 0 out of 4. And again, playing with your friends just makes it fun. So the game is more fun to be a survivor as compared to the beast, which is always pretty much going to be the case. And I would much rather play pretty much any other map than this. But I still had fun, so I'm going to give gameplay a 7 out of 10. And I believe, if I did my math correctly, that's a 12 out of 40, which is the worst we've had so far. And that is where I would put it so far. It is worse than School, and it is worse than Haunted Mansion. So that's where Sewer ranks in my ranking system so far. I'm sorry for the lack of ideas that I'm having, but it's really hard to think about what stuff is going to be like if you change it for one aspect. I think the entire map needs to be changed entirely, so I think changing one aspect of something is not going to do anything. That's why I'm very vague with my explanations. But hopefully you guys can understand where I'm coming from. And hopefully you guys will see my changes. Hopefully enjoy them. If you guys want to leave me feedback on my changes, feel free to. I might make a thread for this map because I'm hopefully going to get these implemented for Halloween. So if you guys have any suggestions or any thoughts about the changes that I've made, feel free to put them in the thread in AW Apps on Discord. But other than that, I think that's why Sewer sucks. That's pretty much it. Yeah. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys for the next map. Ya yeet dab. Here we go.